Now, on the bright side with the Trump thing, he seems to have come around on Ukraine, and they signed the mineral deal as well. The mineral deal was amended.
Yeah.
It is. I read the bullet points, I'll say, and that all seemed fair to me. They were like, "Oh, Ukraine maintains ownership of the equipment. Like, let them fucking keep it. What are we gonna do? Bring it home? Like, what are you talking about? I bet they got to maintain it too. I'm sure there's. I don't know if there's any security guarantees from us.
That's a big one that makes it either a real deal or a bullshit thing.
Well, it's a way to finance things going forward, and to create this fund to finance the military hardware. And apparently, the first sale is going through now. The headlines are coming out in the last 2 hours about the first military equipment sale to go from Trump to Ukraine. Since what's been a big pause, obviously Trump is clearly seen, and he's said it publicly that Putin was stringing him along, and we'll see how things go from here on out. I don't know. I've always thought.
What minerals are we getting? Was that elucidated?
Rare earth.
Well, how fucking rare?
Lithium, I would imagine.
It better be good shit.
When I looked into it, they had a lot of iron. When I looked into it, they had a lot of iron. I don't know specifically.
If they told me cadmium, I'd be like, all right, is that
the eggs?
What's that for?
we have lithium.
Those are illegal in the UK.
We found here in the US. We've got lithium in the US and some of these heavy earth elements. We don't want to extract it here because the process to do so is extremely destructive to the environment. This is probably not the thing full of environmentalists, but I'm telling you, there's a big difference between the coal plant and the cadmium plant. One of them will kill you instantly if you touch it. You do not want heavy earth elements in the drinking water, so we're trying to avoid extracting here.
I want our environment to stay nice, and so if we can force some other country to wreck their rivers and keep ours nice, and we still get it, I'm in.
I like
America to be a 1980s libertarian.
Which is the blue guy is maybe unexpected. I'm willing to trash our worst environments. That Bureau of Land Management shit in Northeast Nevada. If you're telling me we're gonna make a wreck out of it, so it was kind of God made it a wreck before we did, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a shitty desert. Nobody's going.
I'm often open-minded about some of this drilling, that's not far from the North Pole, because I'm like, what were you vacationing there? Were humans existing there? That area exists for us to extract resources. Maybe my mind's open to that thought because
that's why I want
if you're telling me we're drilling in the Grand Canyon, in upstate New York, in I don't know, Southern California, places where people exist and it's currently beautiful. If you want to destroy fucking some beautiful mountain in Wyoming in which people love to ski, I'd say hold your horses.
Yeah, I agree. Because more than anything, America first. I want us to have beautiful environments. And if that means that, if that means that Canada in some areas has to look a little worse, I'm sorry, guys, but that's the way it's going to go.
I have to hard disagree. I'll be the odd man out here. I made that thing. In the 80s, libertarians would say buying from China because they pollute is just exporting clean air to us, basically, that it's better here. And that's true. But we all breathe the same air. We all have the same water table. So we're talking about Alaska and Greenland, places with a lot of fresh water. Not that we're harvesting it from there. And there's also concerns about transporting the oil. That's really where the most fuckery happens, is the process of pumping it down the pipe and the ridiculous amount of land that you have to clear to build the pipeline, and then potential piping leaks. Or from Greenland, you can build a pipe or you'll have to ship on a boat like the Exxon Valdez. And at the end of the day, it is still adding more carbon and more pollutants and stuff like that.
Go back to the same water table part. How is that true?
It's not. Yeah, we're not using the same water table.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
Shit.
Water tables change
I'm wrong on that. I was thinking
even more granular than that.
Yeah, I'm actually I hate being wrong. I'm just fully
wrong. You're right.
I also hate being wrong, and
let me tell you this: nobody gives a shit. It's not a big deal.
The way that fracking in areas will ruin the water table in an area where people will have liquid or natural gas coming out of their faucet. You can light their faucet when you turn it on, or just brown water. I saw where maybe it was near the SpaceX place in Texas where those people's water was all fucked. It had this weird brown residue in the bottom of their basins and stuff, and they had
heavy earth elements,
gallons of water stacked just to flush the toilets and stuff because there was a whole thing. So
I rode my motorcycle I don't know where it was exactly, but call it Southeast California, not the coast. And I think I was 80, 100 miles from the closest human, and it looked like the surface of Mars.
Yeah.
And if you said, Woody, we got dope magnets here, we just have to mine them, and it's going to make this area all yucky, I'm like, dude, it started yucky. Knock yourself out. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't want cool animals to get wrecked. So like polar bears, I don't want polar bears getting fucked up too hard if we can avoid that.
This answers my question. I was wondering what made them cool. Was it the look of them, the personality?
It's that they're huge and they eat meat and they're fucking sick.
See, you're not after like flying squirrels, which are dope in their own way.
I'm all in. Flying squirrels also dope. I'm a big fan because they fly and they're mammals, and that's something that, like, well, I guess other than bats, the largest subgroup of mammals. Other than that, we don't have any ones that glide. But yeah, penguins. I'm down with penguins, especially the emperor penguin. That's my favorite one. He's got flair. He's got pizzazz. He's got a little je ne sais quoi.
Look at us. We're aligning politically, Taylor.
Look at that.
Penguins
look at
do have flair.
Look at us. It's the Paul Rudd. Like, who would have thought? Not me. That's like when Israel comes up and we're both like, oh, hell yeah.
Animals that are inherently uncool. Animals that you think that we could live without. And the most common answer might be mosquitoes.
Mosquito for sure.
Yeah. Wasp.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
wasp. We don't need that shit.
I don't think
outside
of
the insect world,
to the environment.
There aren't any animals I like hate. Even deer.
Wasps don't contribute to the environment at all, and I don't know a more reliable source.
See, Zach, you just said snakes.
We know bees.
Now,
we know what bees do.
Snakes.
They have jobs.
I fear snakes, but I don't want to get rid of snakes because snakes are a cool animal. They're neat. They're just cool.
Hey, I got one. Let's get rid of ticks. Fuck those things.
100% down. You're in the mix. Yeah, that's what I like. Fleas. Get rid of ticks. Fleas. Get rid of fleas. Honestly, when you think about things we could do without, overwhelmingly, I'm coming up with insects. Because like
bugs,
no one,
don't need those guys.
Nope, chipmunks to go away. They're adorable. Like they're the cutest little fellas running around. I just saw a bunny in my backyard 2 minutes ago. Bunnies. Nobody wants those gone. Those are wonderful animals. They're not.
You know, I'll, just to break out of the box here, barracuda. They're not that big. They're not that good looking. They're not that cool. They're kind of mean.
I like their teeth, so I'm going to veto the barracuda.
Double veto. We keep the barracuda and the gar.
Yes,
alligator
gar.
If we were going to lose one of them, I'm keeping barracuda, and the gar can go because the gar is kind of a garish animal.
In the car,
a little gross. Yeah, doesn't it have like
alligator gar can hurt people, right?
Yeah,
in rare.
If it wants, it's got big old teeth, and the kind of teeth
it would ever want it.